Hello and welcome to my Minecraft Bedrock commands tutorial series. In this episode we're going to be going over the /enchant command. With this command we're going to be able to level up any items that players are holding. Well, there's no time like the present, so let's get started. The /enchant command is actually very simple in its basic form. In our command field we simply start with /enchant, then our target selector. If you'd like to know more about target selection, you can find that in some other episodes in this series, and then the enchantment name or enchantment ID of the enchantment that you want to put on the item, and then the level that you want to enchant it at. Now when I run this enchantment, we can now see that my sword has mending on it. The /enchant command only targets items that the player is actually holding at the time. This doesn't include armor because it isn't counted as the player carrying it. For example, if I run the mending command again, we actually get an error message saying that I'm not holding an item that can be enchanted with mending. But if I were to actually be holding one of those items when I run the command, we can now see it gets mended. This all seems pretty simple. However, we may want to target specific items that players could hold. To do that, we just need to use some more target selection. An example of that would be this command inside this repeating command block. You can see here that the enchantment is targeted at all players, and then we have a spatial selector of R equaling 5. As I covered in my episode on spatial target selection, that means it targets players within a 5-block radius. And then we have the has item target selector. We've chosen it to be players that have a netherite sword, and then specifically they must be holding it in their main hand. If I didn't include in the target selected that the player must be carrying it in their main hand, it would mean if the player simply had that item in their inventory, anytime they held an applicable item that could have that enchantment, it would then be enchanted. Therefore, with this command, when I turn this on and I'm carrying an iron sword, nothing happens. When I switch over to the netherite sword, you can see it's been immediately enchanted. And to demonstrate my point, I've also removed the location target selection, which means it simply looks for every player just holding a netherite sword. I have all these swords in my inventory, but I don't currently have a netherite sword. However, when I pick this one up, you can see that every time I switch items, they're also enchanted to have mending. If you've enjoyed this episode on the /enchant command, you may also enjoy my episode on the /give command. But until then, take care and may your picks never break.